Bottoms. This is a movie that didn't know too much about, except that it was being released by MGM, which means that this movie will probably be on Amazon Prime after it's done in theaters. So expect that, because Amazon owns MGM. And I also was kind of seeing some clips of it. And I'm like, this looks kind of funny. I don't really know what this movie's about. For me, what it just I knew that the characters were lesbian in it, and then I knew that they were in high school. So I'm like, oh, is this like a book smart type movie? And for the first little bit of this movie, I started watching it, and I'm like, okay, this is Booksmart. Is this like a Booksmart ripoff? Which I love Booksmart. This is a great movie. Like, this is a really great damn movie. It's one of my favorite comedies. So for when I was started watching this, I'm like, oh, is this just gonna be a less funny Booksmart? And it kind of is, but this is a different type of comedy. Booksmart is more of the normal high school movie that you think of when you think of high school movies. You think of like Superbad, things like that. Um, that's kind of what Booksmart is. This movie is a very over exaggerated version of that. I mean, the ending of this movie, without spoiling things, uh, is very over the top and insane. And some of the events that happen, you're like, wait a minute. Like, if this was happening in real life, it wouldn't be great. In fact, I feel like, I'll just state this up front. If you're a really sensitive person about underage characters doing things or getting into trouble, and because they have this stuff in high school movies, kind of a trope like Superbad and stuff. But this movie does take it up a notch, and it may bother some people. It didn't bother me because it was all in good fun. It was goofy. It was funny. I had fun with this movie. I was in a theater with one other person, and we were both laughing. We enjoyed. There's only two people in the theater, which is kind of sad, but we still laughed and had a good time with this movie. It has a fun energy. I thought the cast was great. I think where I had an issue with this movie is like this is a fun, pretty good movie. It's like a B plus movie, right, or B minus, somewhere in there, right. The thing holding this movie back is it is a little too similar to Booksmart. It does find its own vibe and stuff, but I feel like for a little bit it felt too similar to Booksmart. And then the other thing about it is the ending is so over the top and just crazy, and not crazy like the rest of the movie, but it just like it went through that crap, and it did that. Oh, the two friends fight and they break up and they get back together. But they went to such a crazy degree with it, and the movie went on too long. The ending of the movie went on too long. This movie could have been an hour and 20 minutes, and it would have been fine. It didn't need to be an hour 30. Cut this movie down about 10 minutes, would have been a short, better movie. And, tone down the excessiveness of the ending. I'm not going to say too much about it, but yeah, these two girls starting this fight club was really funny. Seeing all these girls get together, stuff. And also, the movie felt really genuine because, like Booksmart, it's written. Was Booksmart written by a woman? I can't remember, but it was directed by a woman. And so, I think when you're talking about the movies that are about female characters doing things that men wouldn't understand, like them being lesbians or whatever, things like that, or just women wanting to feel empowered and feel like they matter and have voices, right? Stuff like that, that I guess a man could write, but it wouldn't be as strong and it wouldn't feel as genuine as it does here. And so that's really neat. And yeah, it was just a fun time at the movies. I don't know if I would go see it in a theater though. I mean, I like supporting my local theater and watching movies in theaters, but this is one maybe you could, you know, sit out at home. I had a good time with it. I really enjoyed what they were going with this movie. It was a really fun time for me. And I don't think this movie's gonna work for everybody. That's why I think it's kind of a smaller indie movie. Where I feel like Booksmart and movies like that have a lot more promotion and more people know about them. I don't think this one's gonna be that, and that makes sense. It's not really a movie for everybody. It doesn't make it a bad movie or anything. I had a good time with it. I liked the movie, but I wouldn't recommend this movie to everybody. Let me know your thoughts, like, share, and subscribe.